Okay. I think we're live. Who knows? That's not what I want to do. Oh, there's a delay. If anyone is there, if we are live, I'm just starting for Master Jeff. He'll be out here in a second. And right now we have Miss May, who you can't see, leading the class.
And switch to the
Let me see if anyone's out there. Ah, yes. Perfect. Cool.
The Spangles are there, okay?
Yeah, Matthias Bravo and Anna Spangler. Okay.
up in the middle. Up to the back.
Matthias Bravo is here.
Yeah, so. Yeah, that's what you said time ago.
Shake it out. And, oh, I don't know what to do.
Anyway. Oh, we got somebody. Well, just second, right? Well, let's do some exercise. Let's get exercise.
Let's do quick left.
Alright.
I'll count 5 and the front row will count 5.
Okay. And what kind of questions are we doing? What kind?
Full run. So, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good.
하나, 둘,
Front row.
셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 열.
Alright.
And let's stop there.
And let's switch it over now to push-ups.
Oh,
Please not to that. Yep. Thank
Thank you, Miss May.
I'm having a little technical difficulty.
So you know, sir, the live stream has started. I believe it's set to the 5 o'clock one already, and everything seems to be streaming good.
Perfect. Good job. Now, did you turn on this thing first? Ooh, how'd you know how to do that?
I've dabbled a bit in some streaming.
Good job, Daddy. Okay. Cool. Hulo Miguel. I think you either meant, oh, hello. I thought he was trying to say hola and hello at the same time. And he said hula. Hulo. Good to see you, Matthias. All right. I'm sorry, were you done?
I don't know.
We're about to do
Please go ahead, do
push-ups.
whatever you want.
We're about to do
Yeah,
push-ups.
let's do push-up again.
Quacks.
Just
Yeah,
whatever
why not?
Mr. Mayor is doing.
Sure. Down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Hang on. So you cool? Anything else you want to do? All right, let's face Mr. May. Should you connect? Thank you very much, my dear. All right, I made a promise to do this one. So, for Mr. Miguel, Miss Marie, and Mr. Arnold. You guys. Those. And then Miss May probably. Probably you're gonna like that one. Perfect. And let's see here. For the next set of kids. Here you go. Mars kids, there you go. Give the biggest one to the biggest person. Yes. Perfect. There you go, Mr. Lee.
Careful not to pour it, guys. Right now, just keep it tight until we get into a position, okay? We don't want to accidentally hit someone.
No, this one will be behind. Then we need,
We have- Oh, okay.
Larry, this one's yours.
They're made of love.
This one is yours. You get the one with all the tape. Cool looking one. And sir, this is yours. This is through mine on green. Oh, I always use, but it's a little crooked. Is that everyone? Or did Mr. Miguel not get one?
That was mine second.
Oh, that was yours.
I went to go search for a different one, for a small one.
That's the one. Oh, you wanted it?
No, I was searching for a small one because I thought you needed a smaller one.
Oh, no. We're good. Thank you, sir. Notice if you make one at home, it's good to know one end from the other so that you know what you're doing. For example, if I'm doing this, notice that the blue is on the thumb side. And if I switch, now notice the blue is on the pinky side. So I want to know if I did it incorrectly like this, now the blue didn't change. So I want the blue to change, now it's on the pinky side, and it changes, now it's on the thumb side. So that's why you tape it up. Then, after you put this one on, then by weight, don't get out your tape measure because it doesn't make any difference how long you want it by weight. See how that's balanced? Like that. Then you find the middle, because it's also nice to know where the middle is. Because if you're doing something like this, right now I can tell something's wrong, and if I look, I'm not in the middle. If I scoot over, now I'm in the middle, and it feels like a gyroscope. You don't have to do that, and after a while, after you use the tape for a while, you'll discover you already know what end is where, and where the middle is, just by the feel of it, you won't need it anymore. So it's not a big deal. Like a note has one that the middle and ends are not marked. So that belongs to somebody who's already got it down. And this one belongs to an old Aikido student. I actually made this one. What was his name? Chase. His name is Chase. Chase Dorley. And he had it down, so he removed his tape as time went on. So check it out. The first and the coolest move, I will just jump right to the cool stuff, is a figure eight. So hold your jaw over here, get it out of the way. In your left hand, I'll do a mirror image. So put this in your left hand, and with your right hand, put your thumb up, and then make a figure eight over on its side. So this right here is the hardest part, right? And it will also be the hardest part of your spin. But all you're going to do, once you get your figure eight going, okay, that's what I'm going to do, you grab it right over the middle. You want the middle to still be exposed, and then you start making that figure eight. Now, if you'll notice, from the side, it's kind of making a circle. The problem is, if you look at the front, look how wide my circle is. So it's not really balanced. And the more that your circle can be flat, this right here is like the most efficient circle, because look, it's not moving, and you can really get it going like this. When you're doing this, it has to go to two sides of your body, but you want to keep it right next to your body and make it as skinny as possible. That'll give you the most inertia and the most gyroscope kind of an effect. So I'm still making my figure eight, it's just that my figure eight is like this instead of like this. You want your figure eight like this. You want your figure eight like this, not like this. This is going to take your jaw all over the place. This is going to keep it as close as possible. And here are my shoulders. And here's my head. So there's my figure 8. You want it right next to your shoulders.
Like this?
Good. Now, yours looks like it's a little heavy on the thumb side. If you have it heavy on the thumb side, you'll find you're really having to use your muscles to make it spin. If you put it down on the pinky side, you'll find that that side really flies. Ow! Sooner or later, you'll hit your knee. You might as well just go ahead and get it over. Hit your knee. You'll find that it flies on its own, and you have trouble controlling it. On the side, it's a nice tight circle. Towards that. Notice the middle is right under my pinky. Underneath, heavier on the pinky side.
Which one's heavy?
Pinky side is heavy,
Like,
just like Miss
where's
Amanda.
the pinky side?
Well, there's your pinky side. There's your pinky. So you have more.
Now.
Now you'll notice it starts to fly. You have to be careful with it.
And it got my hair.
Notice my thumb. Look at my thumb. Yes, still no thumb.
Miguel, did I see that you had a question or a comment, sir?
Yes, sir. Miss Jubilee has.
Oh, Miss Jubilee, welcome. Come on in.
There you go. That's what's
I
good.
guess that's why Judy has
Judy?
And I'll make it a little bit bigger.
Come on over here, girl.
to take my book she
A
wants.
little long.
Where's my thumb? There's this.
I forgot how to take my
And it's a
book.
little heavy.
Judy, you can take my book if you want.
No, you don't.
Because look, if you go to the middle, and then you can do this.
Just do this. Just get used to doing it.
How do you do
Once you get used to doing a circle like that, and you can try to add it.
Now check it out. Does everybody think they have that down halfway?
Yeah.
Now look, okay, I'll go to this side. So here's my right hand, a mirror image to you. God forbid you look in the mirror and see this. No shave, hair, looks like it was shorn off of a wolf's tail. So I'm in my right hand. Now look, when you cross your body and your palm is up, put the other palm up too. So you look like this on the side of your body, and then switch hands. Now your left hand's going, and again, when you cross your body, your palms come up, and you switch hands. Cross your body, palms up, switch hands. Cross your body, palms up, switch hands. Yes, Miss Judy.
Like and subscribe.
Oh, did you hear that? Like and subscribe, folks, if you haven't done so already.
Click the notification bell so you can know when Master Jeff will have
Did you
another
hear this?
And put the like button.
And subscribe. Now click this button to give you COVID.
Focus on this right now. Now listen. It's of course going to be an odd number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch on 5. Then when you get that down, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Switch hands. 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 Then when you get the guts, switch every time. Now here's a case where we need to see the end of the joke. If you notice, right now the pinky side is no tape, and that's actually the weapon side. If I were going to hit, it'd be like that, like a backhand. Whoops, like that. Bam, 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 like that. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now look, when you switch sides, you're going to do one extra revolution. Here, one extra revolution. Now, the blue side is the pinky side, and it is the weapon side. Strike, 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 like that. You okay, Daddy? Go get some ice if you want to, dude. Yeah, that's no good. That's painful.
You just experienced the pinky sides.
Don't focus in, okay?
Nicholas, focus.
I really don't want to hear myself.
Well, then focus. You let yourself get distracted, that's when you hit yourself.
Trust me, I hit myself.
Juby, what are you doing? How come you're not practicing?
I think she's really protective. Yep.
It happens.
I have hit myself in the head on this.
When you do it a lot, especially that part, you practice.
No, Nicholas, pay attention to what we're doing. We're not going behind the back right now. Pay attention. Going behind the back will come soon enough.
Like this.
So wait until you cross your body. Yes. And when you cross your body, palms up. Cross your body, palms up. Cross your body, palms up. Now check this out. Once you get, I'm sorry I can't talk loud. Raising my voice is what hurts my you-know-what, and you guys don't want my intestines squirting across the mat like silly string trucks.
Ew.
So I'm keeping my voice down. So look, once you can switch every time, then just let the other hand stay there and kind of go for a ride. At that point, you've got both hands on the Joe, giving you a lot more control, and you can move. Listen. Can you hear it going,
No.
which is really cool, but if it hits you at that speed,
Okay, you that's when you're going to ER.
but listen, the pacing is different. Because look, the blue side's coming every time. With both hands, you're doing 1.5 sides. So there's the non-blue side. There's the blue side. There's the non-blue side. So the pacing's a little different than when you're just doing like this. Look at the pace. 1.5, 1.5, 1. It's just a little slower. Even though the Joe's moving at the same speed, it's 1.5 per side instead of 1 per side.
I can't get it. I don't get it.
It's tricky. All right, so that's been caught live on YouTube, so you can go back and rewind. Now listen, this is a little more dangerous. Going this way, you can whack yourself in the knee or in the you-know-whats. You come around, but you can't, your face is pretty safe, because look, it's always going away from my face. So most you're going to do is hit this way. You can also spin backwards, like you're going to hit them in the you-know-what, instead of on top of the head. The problem is, now look up here. It's coming right at my face, and I have dotted myself right there with the end of the Joe, and it made a little smiley face bruise cut that I had for like 2 weeks. Everybody's like, was that like on purpose? Is that like a smiley face that you do? So you really have to watch your face. I recommend keeping a hand up here. And then you just do the same thing, a figure 8 this way. Swing it up, swing it up. Now the thumb side is heavy, because it's like a backwards hammer. It's like an upside down hammer. Propel, propel. No, go backwards like this. Come up,
That'll be sore.
come up. Yeah. It can come on top of your head, it can go right in your face or in your eyes. So keep your hands up.
Snakes are dangerous. Like this? Am I going to go? I'll just do it.
So imagine you're hitting him right, you're cutting him in half from between the legs, right up to his head.
I almost got to hit myself.
Now the cool thing is, once you can get this down, then you learn a little heavy metal drum stick twirling, and you can let your Joe keep going the same direction, twirl it in your fingers, and I step through and change directions. But look at my Joe. It's going the same direction. See that? It's always going this way, and I step through, then I'm doing a 10 time, one leg forward, the other leg back, and my Joe is always spinning that way. I've got my hand up just in case. If I want to hang out here for a minute, that's cool. Or if I want to step through and hang out here for a minute, that's cool. Or you can just do your back and forth. And the switch is that. Thing is, it's hard to show you the switch, but you can't do it standing still. I come up, I let it go through my peace sign, catch it like that. I'm going this way, let it go through my peace sign. Now I'm going this way. Up through my peace sign,
Is it like Marquinhos stuff?
peace sign. I guess you could keep doing it in your peace sign like this. No, you can't.
Is it like
You have
an
to switch.
Are you stepping like in Marquinhos?
Yep, you're doing this, just like an IQ. One leg forward, the other leg back. One leg forward, the other leg back.
I already mastered it.
Hand, I recommend keeping your hand up, otherwise you're gonna get a little smiley bruise. Then you can do the same thing with two hands. You're like this, you step through, and you just spin it backwards. Because now both my hands are busy. All right, all that is right in there. This one's behind. Here's us. There's the YouTube is seeing us a few seconds,
20
30 seconds.
seconds later.
20-second delay. Okay. YouTube's seeing a 20-second delay. All right, last but not least, we've done this one before. Hold it like a motorcycle. And instead of one long weapon, which is really cool to have, you've got two short weapons.
I know.
So check it out.
Called double swords.
Hold it like a motorcycle. We're changing gears now. And you put, look, Nicholas, motorcycle. Put one hand under the other arm. And strike down this way. So check it out, Anu. Put left hand under your right armpit. Strike this way. Good. Now back to here. And now left under your right. Yes. Now, Anoop, instead of thinking a circle this way, think of a circle like a helicopter. So instead of coming up under your armpit this way, think of coming this way. And think of a helicopter. You're right here, helicopter, now your arms are crossed. Just let it meet under your arm. And just like, yes, Miss Marie. Oh, that's better than last time. Now, there's one little point in there where I'm seeing it go this way instead of this way. Try to, as much as possible, keep it straight, horizontal. Yes. 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 Because the more you can stay on one plane, then the more inertia you get on your side. As soon as you change planes, it puts on the brakes. Have you ever played with a gyroscope? Used to get them as kids. They come in a little metal frame, and there's a spinning metal disc inside, and you get a string and goes zing. And it spins and it'll balance, but you can't tip it over. And if you do, then it stops it. It's the same thing. As long as you're spinning, the more you can spin on one plane, the faster it'll go. Now, of course, you have to lower it a little bit in order to hit the target at which you're aiming. But it slows down less if you can stay as much as possible on one plane. And that's with any spin. Any spin you're doing, if you can stay on one plane as much as possible, then inertia will be on your side. I think that should keep you guys busy. And listen, if you don't have a Joe at home, every mom has a Joe. It's called a broom. You get your mom's broom and you hold the bristles like this. Joe. Just make sure to screw it back on. Bring it back up. There we go. All right, guys, I'm gonna put my Joe back here. Why don't we take the Joes and leave them on the wall, and then I will come get them. Oh, that's good.
Guys, take your plants. Let's go ahead and lay them down neatly on the floor,
Let's lay them down on the floor, and then we'll clean them.
and then I'll clean them afterwards. So go ahead and lay it down. And then we'll just
Not bad, Nick. Okay, Nick, that's good. Right now, lay it down right over there so we can clean them up. Good, Mr. Miguel. I have not thought of that.
and then at the end, pass it back.
You can whack your wrist. Take a look at You are going to stay with Mr. Miguel. I am going to take, I want to work both with Miss Olivia and Miss Marie today. I'm going to take Olivia first. So, Mr. Miguel, sir, if you don't mind, I'm going to steal Miss Olivia from you, and then I'll change them out with Miss Marie. And maybe others. And you can divide up with Miss Marie too if you want. There, go with that.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do a few things. Do you want to leave this one? Do you want to leave this one? This one. Okay. Let's go ahead and stand and get ready for tribute. We're going to do basic one. On my count. Ha! Do! Ha! Do! Ha! Ha! Do! Set. Ha! Do! Ha! Do! Ha! Ha! Do! Set. Ha! Do! Ha! Do! Ha! And so, good. Go ahead and take it out a little bit. All right. Let's try this one more time. Not this one, we'll do basic two. But remember, to freeze on the last move. So if we end our basic one, and we end a punch, you gotta freeze there. Well, I fall asleep. Or I count, or I talk to someone, who knows? But you freeze there. And then once I say put up, then you move back to ready. And then once I say show, then you can bow, take it out, fix your uniform, do whatever you need to do. Shoot me. And watch here, guys, okay? Watch here. Eyes on me. Basic two. Watch here, okay? Don't worry about them, all right? Basic two. On my count. Ha! Do! Ha! Do! Ha! Ha! Do! Set. Ha! Do! Set. Net. Ha! Do! Set. Net. Ha! Do! Ha! Do! I can't remember what I had for breakfast. I'm pretty sure I think I had a scrambler. It's like a really cool pastry. It's got bacon and cheese in it. Hold up! And shut. I was doing that specifically because I wanted to see you guys freeze.
Did you actually have a breakfast?
I did actually, yes. I love them. They're I don't remember what company makes them, but they're called a scrambler. And it's just essentially, it's like a toaster strudel. If any of you guys know what it is. It's a variation of a Pop Tart. Alright, let's try not to lay in the mag cards, okay? Let's try to stay out. So to me, basic 3. On my count. Ha! Do! Ha! Do! Ha! Ha! Do! Set! Ha! Do! Ha! Do! Ha! Ha! Do! Set! Ha! Do! Ha! Do! Huh? And short. Let's do this real quick. I may have a seat over there. Over there. Everyone kind of spread out and have a seat away from each other. So a little bit. Basically, we're making room in the center. Good. And then wherever you find. As long as it's spread out. Perfect. And then let me have Nicholas right hand side. To me. How well do you know basic 3? You know it really well, sign it well. Really well? Okay. Basic 3, on your own count, sit down. Huh? And so, yeah. That was a very nice form. Now here's my only problem with that form. You wanna know what it is? We didn't get into technicalities about different things, but my main problem was you didn't do that form when we were doing it on the tap. You were so distracted with what was going on there, your form was like this, because you were watching. And you're like, oh, what's that? What's that over there? And it didn't look as good as that form right there. So make sure you focus on me, okay? And that way you do forms as good as you do it there, okay? Because that's a nice form. One thing I can tell you to help improve it is when you do these blocks, don't be so close. Give yourself space. If I was to, let's say this is the bad guy. This is the bad guy right here. See his little eyes, his nose, and his funky mouth. I could use the bag with the people there. If I'm going to block this bad guy, do I want to block him here? Or do I want to block him here, farther away? What's better, up close or farther away? Yes. So, when you do that middle one, give yourself space. What you can do, what you can do is if you do a good middle block, you can stick a little board right in there. And you just sit. That's a middle block. And you want to do that every time you do your middle block. Not too far because then it falls. And not too close because then you crunch the block and then it doesn't fit in. Nice and even. Yes, like that. That's the only thing I'm fixing up on. The other thing, just make sure you do that form when we do it in the cap, okay? That's a good form. Good. Let's go ahead and do this. Go ahead and have a seat. I may put it somewhere. Excuse me? Let's have you do chin on me. On your own cap, sit down. Oh, very nice. Now, the reason why I had to do that for is because you saw in the center, right? The first part, it was just like basic 3. And then when she came up, it was still kind of like basic 3. But her gloves, they weren't up and close. They were out there. She wanted to make sure if I was a bad guy, She can't distance from me. She doesn't want to get next to me. I smell.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I'm working on it now. So she wants to keep distance from me, so she's gonna extend it. This is being awesome. Alright? Go ahead and have a seat. Man. What are you raising your hand for? You wanna go? Alright, let's see. Alright, I want you to do take back.
Huh?
Take back. Alright, come here. Let's see.
Take back has a lot of color though.
Pin on two, really? Let me see your pin on two. Pin on two on your own count. Sit down. Alright. Two things I want to point out. And you did something similar to Nicholas, and there's something completely opposite of that. On your first outside blocks, they were a little close, and your wrist was a little bent. Try to spread them out again. Just like how I told Nicholas and how you saw Miss May do. She was out there, and then she was here. She was pushing out there. She didn't let anyone come here. You do the same. And the other thing you did was on the open hand middle blocks. You were really out there. Your arm was fully extended. No one was coming near you. But the problem is, when I try to block your kick with just my hand, maybe I can do it if I time it right. But if I were to block with my whole forearm, essentially, I can block it. So, for the first part, where you have like this, not so tight. Loosen up a bit. Give yourself space. On the open hand ones, a little bit closer. Not so far out when you're reaching. A little bit closer, and they're middle, not downwards. So, where are we in that part? We just did a spear? Yeah. Middle. See, I have distance. If I were to get that board again, I can put it right here. And I'll be honest, mine isn't 90. 90 is more like here. I'd do a little bit farther, but that's my own preference. But I can stick the board in there, and it'll sit right there for the most part. Okay. Like this. Like this. Wow. So, there. Good. Go ahead and see. And I would really love to see everyone's forms individually. You know what? We kind of have the time to do it. Let's try this. We'll go through from junior and up. So, let me get masters up. And we'll try to go through one form for everybody, and we'll just look at it, and I'll let you choose your form. So what form would you like to do now?
I only know mostly basic 1 to basic 3.
Okay, then let's look at our basic 3. If you may. On your own count, sit up. Very nice. The one major thing I say is on the horse stance punches, keep your back straight. Your back was a little bit arched forward.
Okay.
Not too much, but noticeable.
Okay.
So try to keep your back a little bit more straight. And if you need to, relax a bit before you do it, and practice just getting comfortable with your back straight. Then practice getting your feet in a good position, and then practice with the extension kind of thing. But the main thing is, nice and relaxed in the core, back nice and straight, and level and here. Lean in a little bit, it's just about habit to get in.
Yeah, it is.
Nothing necessarily wrong with doing it before, but overall very nice. So you can have a seat. Our next junior will be Yusuf. Come on up. You're Jose, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay, Nicholas Jose. No. Jimmy, what form would you like to do?
Basic 3.
Basic 3? Alright, perfect. On your own count. Sit down. You want 350. Hello? And so, good. So, this is good. Because I just noticed something. You can teach your brother something, and your brother can teach you something. So, Nicholas, you saw how his hands were a bit farther out? Exactly like that. And what you can do is just have him show you the form and show you how he does it out. The one thing that you can do now, that Nicholas does really well, is his stances. As he does the moves, he freezes a little bit with the stances. As to you, you have a lot of energy. You want to just like go through and drive through, which is good, especially when you get the red belt. So don't lose it, but try to control it right now. Try to freeze a little bit after the stances. Because then you don't get to see the good moves. So slow it down a little bit and have your brother help you so that way you can slow it down and drive these stances in so everyone can see them. And you will know he's doing a horse head, he's doing a back head, he's doing a front head. Alright, otherwise, very nice. Then. You can go on have a seat. Alright, next, we're going junior. Are you a junior, Bill?
No.
No.
It's fun.
Sir, please come up. Whatever form you like, sir. Which one? No? Alright, so there. On your own count, sit down. Alright. So, very nice. There's two things I'd like to see. And it's not two things, it's one thing. But you did it in two different places. One would be a bit more extension, especially on our downward outside. Is that outside? Is that a hammer fist down? Is that someone? Not really. But full proper hammer. Right there. That's what we're doing here. If we're downward, whoa. You don't want to just stop right there. The other place where you didn't fully extend, and it wasn't on the move, it was on the chamber, or for these open hand downwards. Really bring your hands up here. Up here to the side, whatever you choose, but not just here. Extend them. Bring them as high up as you can, and then as low down as you can. Extend. Down. Extend. Down. Extend. Down. And that's just so that way you can get that power with the move. And then eventually as you go, you don't have to extend as much. Like I was really throwing my arms up there and then throwing them back down. You don't have to do it to that extreme. Just up. But it's just looking that. Try to complete your moves a bit better. But overall, the form is very nice. Thank you, sir. There's a seat. Now where are we in form? We are at purple, I believe.
Me and Valera tested at the same time.
Okay, well let me have either one. Let me have Valeria, because you're younger than me. Whatever form you'd like to do. What form? You're on 3? Alright, you me. You're on 3. On your own count, sit down. with smaller girls is they see her and go, hey. And she's like, what? No. I remember I used to mess around with my sister, and I'd sometimes hide her things, and I knew when she would notice that she missed something, because I'd hear the loudest scream, and my ears would like start cringing, and she would be like, Miguel! And she's like, what? No, yeah. I can't really scream in this thing, but I tried. So the good thing is you have that loudness, which is good. But a lot of girls, like me, don't scream that loud. As a joke. Okay, one thing I'd like to add for your form. The down the middle part. When you do your kick, and then you have your elbow, you're doing a hammer fist, and your elbow is coming from here. You have that here. Which can work to a certain degree, but it's better if you're here, you kick. And then this elbow right here, ready to bump. And then you do that. Not so much that save it here. Try to save it here. Alright? Other than that, the only thing would be, no, the rest of the form is very nice. I think just try to add that, try to save that elbow back. Save it there so that you can really throw it out there, okay? Otherwise, very nice one, go and have a seat. And then let me get, ma'am.
Sir?
What form would you like to do? Okay. Peanut 5, on your own count, 2 times. Huh? I love the energy. That energy you have with your moves. You're ripping out. That's good. One thing I'd like to do better is fix up those last 4 moves. A tricky thing with this is the move itself. When you're doing your spear hand, you land in a front stance spear hand. When you end the spear hand, you land in a back stance rip out. Yes, but do a front stance hand. Now make that a back stance. Is that a back stance? Do a back stance hand. So stance up. Do a back stance hand. Now look at how your feet are. You notice how your feet are very close on this axis? Alright? Now, go back to that front stance. Do a good front stance. Make a back stance. Are your feet as close as they should be? So look, watch me. This is what I'm seeing you do. This is your back stance. Good back stance. This is your front stance. Your front stance. But then when I have you switch to a back stance, you do this. Is that a good back stance? No. This is a good back stance. This is a good front stance. Yes. However, move the front foot. So if I'm doing a front stance here, I move the front foot to the back stance. Just do that. Front stance. And then rip out into a back stance. Yes. Good. And then same the other side. So spear hand, like that. Up and down. Spear hand front stance. Rip out back stance. Yes. Very nice. And then both. And so, add that to that form, it'll work 10 times better. And that's one of the things that a lot of red belts and black belts even have trouble doing. Is just getting that thinking, this is a front stance, and this is a back stance. Yeah, I guess. Not a good one. This is the front stance, this is the back stance. Better back stance. And I've seen your back stances and your front stances, they're both really good. So, go ahead and have a seat. And then Mr. Anu. In whatever form you like, sir.
Going on 2.
What you make. Okay, on 2, on your own top, sit down. You notice something different.
Hey!
Run up. I saw it in your eyes too when you had that one turn. You looked at me and just like, yeah, we both realized. And what it is there is after the spear hand, it's just like our basic one. The only difference is you step out of 45 degrees. Just like basic one, you go from this position to this position, this position to this position. And you step out of 45 degrees. However, the main thing I'd like to see fixed, really, yes, the form itself, but like I was telling Nicholas and the hub, I'm so sorry about it, is the middle ones. You want to make sure that they're middle ones. Not too far extended, not too far close. It's nice in the middle. And yours is a little bit more down. You try to bring them up to where they're at. And an easy thing about this form is down the middle and the top part is all middle block. So middle block, middle block, middle block. One exception about spear hand. And then middle block, middle block. So it has that nice 45 degree. Now roll this one. Good. Hello?
Sir.
You got a seat, sir. And then we have one more who has yet to go. Is that okay? Okay. What form would you like to do?
The hearty one.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now here's the thing. You chose a form I don't know. So I'm gonna look at every little detail. If your foot is in a back sense and you do this, watch me. And the happy one, on your own cap, sit down. Hello? Let's go. Okay. Now, how do I tell you? I was gonna be watching those feet. The only thing I noticed though is just making sure that you land in your first senses on the same line. That's really it. Your first senses are either a little bit farther back, or your back senses were a little up. Just make sure as you land on one line. Other than that, the form, I mean, unless you saw any
All right,
mistakes.
let me go up there too, and just for future reference, there are no back stances.
Oh, see, I saw good back stances.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
And they were good back stances, just so they should admit that. This is really, really impressive though. This is beyond the black belt form. This is like a non-testing black belt form. So let's do the whole thing with the cards. What you mean? One, and one, right there, horseshoes.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, outside. Now, when you go out, make it this way, like a hammer. It's not like a basic three, but like a hammer. Yeah. Nope. There you go. Arch, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 2, 4, now go outside. Yeah. 2, 3. Good job, good job. Nice. Let's give her another hand.
I only know the hearty one part.
Mr. Miguel, thank you, sir. You know, Lydia and I got a lot of work. See that hurt? A lot of work. Olivia and I got a lot of work done. She's very receptive and just clued her into the patterns of the basic forms, and she's like, ding. So now I have a feeling she's going to start eating them up like a bag of M&Ms. Basic 1, basic 2, basic 3. Because all you have to do now, Olivia, once you got basic 1, is you do the same form, but instead of punches, high blocks. And do the same form, except instead of down blocks, you do outside blocks. The same steps. So it really opens up your world once you have that little eye formation down. All right, guys, let's get our black belts up. And do we have any red? Blues?
Yes, sir.
Purples?
Yes, sir.
Any greens? Oranges? I know we have an orange. Come on up.
One.
Right there, what? And please, yellows. Right over there. Start down there at the end of the line there. And then Miss Marie. And then come on up, Miss Olivia, right there. And how did these guys do? I hit myself. I already clicked it. Is anyone out there? Yeah. Oh, that was you, Mr. Sounds like that was you, Mr. Miguel. Did you type? Is anyone out there?
Yeah.
All right, nice and sharp. Yes, ma'am.
Can we just follow today?
We are already so late. If you notice, you might notice daggers coming out of Miss Marie's eyes, like. Just kidding. All right, nice and sharp.
Tomorrow, are purple belts in your belts or in the middle?
That's like saying is so and so big or small. It's compared to. So you're a senior belt compared to Nicholas. You're a junior belt compared to Miss Annette. Nice and sharp. To the up. Corriete Ohio. Annette. Auto. Move down. Thank you very much just for this opportunity for us all to be together. That was so easy to take for granted before COVID-19. So I guess one positive is that I have learned to appreciate the presence of all these wonderful people. Please help us to always train in a way that pleases you in Jesus' name. Amen. Let's face our black belts to the up. Amen. Thank you for being here, black belts.
Thanks, Master Jeff. Yep. Bring it.
And before you guys go, especially the senior belts, he's going to be gone next week. I am getting.
Eat your
I'm getting
veggies,
cut
eat
off
your veggies, eat
Thursday.
your shells.
And so my voice will probably be during the next week. So we're going to be.
How did this happen? It just going the opposite way. I had my stuff. Mathis, hello.
Wow.
I already clicked hi myself.
Hey.
What are you guys doing?
Hello.
You guys move back a little bit. Move back a little bit.
Eat your veggies.
Back a little bit. Back a little
Eat your
bit.
veggies now, people.
You guys ready? 1, 2, 3, we
Are out of here.
This has been a South Miami Taekwondo live stream with Master Jeff. Avoid practicing the techniques learning live stream with Master Jeff while drunk, stoned, sloshed, tipsy, buzzed, blotto, slammed, plowed, jolly, play-eyed, hammered, wasted, inebriated, or otherwise intoxicated. Watching live stream with Master Jeff, you acknowledge the possibility of and waive all liability for hematoma, laceration, occipital fracture, broken nose, articulated or dislocation, strained wrist, hyperextended elbow, broken ribs, bruising or bleeding, tears, sprains, fractures, dislocated shoulder, or concussion. All rights reserved. Unauthorized presentation and publication strictly prohibited.